How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout. I am your host, FaZe Crypto. We're looking at a pretty comfortable $44,000 Bitcoin right now. Pretty interesting, but the main talk of this video, I think we should focus around DigiByte, and it's very interesting to see how a lot of the different price predictions that I put forward in the future have been realized, and then of course how we've been watching sort of the slow burn of blockchain adoption. So now, of course, when we talk about DigiByte, being a faster digital currency, an innovative blockchain, smart contracts, but decentralized. I mean, I think that's the main, not aside from secure authentication, but I think that when we talk about the decentralization aspect, that really is the component of DigiByte that allows it to go toe to toe with the likes of Bitcoin and a lot of the other cryptocurrency ilk. But mainly, I think that we should talk about a lot of the different aspects of what's been happening in the cryptocurrency news sphere. I mean, when we talk about what's been happening, I think that this one's interesting. Mark Cuban says, he doesn't prefer Dogecoin over Bitcoin, but to say Dogecoin doesn't have a price or a place is wrong. And of course in the future and stuff like that, but it's interesting to see how a lot of these different memes and stuff have served to complete their purpose and be a pretty substantial distraction from a lot of the different cryptos that have the fundamentals behind them. I mean, when we talk about DigiByte, it's very interesting to see the noobs in the sort of cryptocurrency sphere, or the regular Robin Hood trader sort of moving over to these sort of get rich quick fantasy cryptos. But when we talk about DigiByte, going on 8 years of development, of course, being the most decentralized UTXO blockchain in existence, I would put emphasis on that concept of decentralization. I mean, when people put their money into Bitcoin and they put their money into these different, sort of trying to preserve themselves from hyperinflation and so forth, which we see, you could tell at the gas pump, of course, the value of the dollar, the value of fiat currency. There really is no limit to the festering pool that is, the fiat currency world. So when we talk about blockchain and we talk about the actual demand, or even sort of the underlying superfusion of how we could actually watch a lot of these different elements really being adapted into the real world, I think adaption is definitely one of those key components that we need to highly consider when we talk about DigiID, of course, and how Digi assets and all these different things are going to be playing a huge role in how the average consumer and the average person just trying to live their day-to-day lives are actually going to come into a rude awakening. Anybody who's sort of been trying to avoid cryptocurrency, is really going to come into a rude awakening when we see these companies that are already noticing the writing on the wall, and they have for some time. But I think that when we talk about DigiByte and we talk about all the vast multitudes of concepts and so forth that could actually be put forth in regards to DigiByte and all the different aspects of just utilizing blockchain, and how a lot of these different elements are going to be overlaid onto average everyday society, the limit is there really is no limit to the amount of potential that is in store for real decentralized and secure authentication. And really, authentication is going to be a huge component in everybody's daily lives. We talk about authentication in terms of really anything that you can imagine, from consumer commodities to everybody's regular day-to-day lives. So it'll be very interesting to watch how a lot of these different elements continue to evolve. So when I say the $9 DigiByte, and I stand by my prediction, I've shown you guys time and time again how this these sort of predictions aren't very wild-minded at all, especially in the long term. I think long term there really is no cap in terms of price, especially weighing it against USD is sort of arbitrary, because we consider the fact that this inflation and so forth, the value of fiat currency is mathematically only going to go down. But the potential for blockchain technology, I think in the demand hasn't even been realized 1% yet. So it'll be very interesting to watch how a lot of these different aspects are going to be evolving in the space, and of course in every day-to-day life of the average person. And it goes further than just being an investment opportunity or a get-rich-quick scheme. It really is an investment in the future. But all that being said, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll be continuing to make content as regularly as I can. I've been very busy, but yeah, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. Remember, I'm not your dad, I'm not your financial advisor, but I hope that you have have enjoyed this piece of content. And yeah, I mean, I stand by my predictions, but of course, remember, do your own research. I think that these things speak for themselves. I just want to give a big fat thanks to everybody out there who supports DigiByte. We have an awesome community. I think it's one of the greatest communities in the cryptocurrency space. And all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, comment down below, and of course, upvote this video if you love DigiByte. And if you've watched all the way to the end, maybe share it with a friend. Now, and all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.